Ooh, welcome everyone to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host, Scotty McCoy, and boy, do I have a surprise for all of you. I have on Zoom with me right now Fireflie Hellza, and he is a haunt actor and an online clown actor. How you doing, Firefly?
Hey, I'm doing all right, Scotty. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so glad to have you on. As I've been mentioning, I've been having haunt actors on all month of October, especially because it's spooky season and Halloween season. I have some more booked for November because they're going so well. And I love seeing all of you guys in your gear and dressed up, for the interviews. It's so amazing.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. I'm so glad to have you on. So the first question I got for you is more of a two-part question, but it's how did you get your start into clown and haunt acting?
Well, I was doing stuff on my own, just like live videos and stuff.
Mhm.
Really, and when I first started, I really didn't intend to be a clown.
Right.
And my the first break I got came from a group called Sinister Clown Reject
Okay.
about 8, 9 years ago. And Dustin um, Register was the one that I owe that all to him,
Okay.
and Morg the Clown.
Nice.
They were the ones that really brought me into the group, and I had a clown named Badass.
Nice. Nice.
And so I started doing him and fell in love with the clown thing and been doing it ever since.
Awesome. Awesome. That's amazing. Like it really is because like a lot of people are afraid of clowns and it's the perfect get up to do for haunt acting.
Yeah, and it's
I'm kind of
according.
short, so I have to boost myself up. Sorry.
A lot of people I think are they got the phobia of clowns really
Hmm.
when the whole killer clown thing
Yeah.
broke out, and some people I guess are born with a fear of clowns.
Yes, it
I
seems that
used to
way.
be afraid of clowns. I did. I used to be afraid of clowns.
Nice. I know that a lot of people get especially like when they start watching the original 1990 film It.
Yeah,
That's when a lot of people get it because, and the thing is, Pennywise isn't just a clown. Like he's it. He's like multiple things, like an alien.
yeah, yeah. Um, Pennywise to me uh, is the king of clowns.
Hmm.
He's the ultimate scare
Yeah.
factor in the clown thing.
Right.
And I can see how people would be scared of clowns because of him.
Yeah.
Another one of my favorite clowns is Art the Clown, Terrifier.
Yep. Yep. I know a Terrifier 2 is out, and it was
Yeah,
only supposed to be out one weekend, and it turned out to be out all freaking month. It's an indie film, and no knock on indie films. I love indie films. I'm part of the indie community. Love promoting their work. But it's an indie film, and it's the film that is giving other indie filmmakers the amazing satisfaction. Like you can do this, you can succeed in it without being a big budget Hollywood film because they made millions in the box office.
yeah, that's amazing because um, there are a lot of clowns or there's a few clowns, not a lot, but a few
Mhm.
in the haunt industry
Mhm.
that have become. They've been in movies, they've been in videos, and
Yeah.
you know. But honestly, I I never had that kind of motivation.
Hmm.
My motivation really is comes in the form of making people smile, making people laugh,
Right.
um, and helping, you know, n- just helping people along the way as
Right.
best I can. For that 1 hour I'm live. You know, but
Exactly.
it's good. It's also good to be scared.
Absolutely. So regarding the haunt acting and just online clown acting, what would the differences between the two entail?
Well, of course, like the haunt acting is, you are there live scaring
Mhm.
people. And believe it or not, that's a hell of a lot of fun. Um, and the online thing, the difference between those two is
Mhm.
you're interacting with with an audience you can't really
Mhm.
see
Yeah.
personally. I mean, but you get to know those people one on one a lot.
Mhm. Yeah.
And the transition between haunt acting and just online acting
Mhm.
is a big step. It's a lot to get used to. It doesn't seem like it would be.
Mhm.
I miss the haunts. I
Yeah.
do. I used to do the local haunts here, and I miss it. And I see all the haunt actors out there doing what they do, and much respect and much love going out to all of them out there.
Yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, I love horror movies. I love being scared by horror movies. When I'm there in person, I can't be scared. Like I hate that feeling. I don't know why
Exactly,
it's hard to explain, but
exactly.
I know that a lot of people do like that. I like the adrenaline rush from horror movies, especially in the theater. I'm a big wimp when it comes to haunted attractions. So,
Yeah,
but I appreciate the haunt actors because a lot, like I've been saying on past interviews, that haunt acting is an underappreciated form of acting because most people when they think
yes,
of actors, they think of television or film or indie actors, but they don't think of the haunt actors, and they are part of the acting industry.
exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, you're right. The haunt actors are underappreciated a lot.
Yeah.
Um, they're very good at what they do. They put a lot into it,
Hmm.
and they go through a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, and that's what a lot of the people don't understand is
Hmm.
you get kicked, you get punched, you get bit, and I mean, at the same time, your adrenaline rush is so pumped up in what you're doing, you don't all the time feel
Hmm.
some of the things. You come home with bruises and bite marks and everything else. But it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome though. I'm glad, and I'm so glad that like I've been having on actors like yourself and Obsolete Entity and Gut Muncher, and I know I have Giselle booked for November, and I have a
Yeah,
couple other people booked. So yeah, I'm really excited to talk to them about their experiences as well, because your experience is going to be different from Obsolete's, and who's going to be different from Giselle's, and is going to be different from Guts, and everybody's
yeah.
is different from each other, and that's what I love. I love hearing all of your guys' stories and how your experiences differ from each other, and it just brings a whole new perspective to haunt acting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm friends with a lot of the haunt actors out there
Hmm.
and keep in touch with them. And I live now through their experiences they're having now because, you know, um, I felt it best to for myself to retire from the haunt thing, and
Hmm.
it's a lot easier sitting at home behind a phone or a laptop than it is out there.
And it
I
really is.
started out as a banger. Do you know what that is?
I think so, but I'm not sure if everybody else does, so let them know as well.
Yeah, a banger is a person that stands behind like a metal wall
Okay.
when the the people are passing through,
Hmm.
and they either bang chains on the wall or they bang the wall with what we call a um, it's a hammer, most likely a hammer. You
Okay.
just bang on that wall as hard as you can, and it rattles them before they ever get to the next um, haunt thing. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. So what kind of haunts did you do? Did you do like haunted hayrides, haunted houses, haunted forests?
I did. There's a haunt here called Nightmare on 19th Street.
Hmm.
I did that haunt for years.
Okay.
And then we have another one that's a haunted hayride. And in fact, that's simply what it's called, haunted hayride. And
Okay.
um, that's a lot of fun because it's at night. People are out in the open on like, a tractor pulling like hay bales and everybody's on it.
Right.
And it's unbelievable some of the people's reactions.
Hmm.
Most people, when they're scared, there's either two things they want to do, and that's either flight or fight.
I know Obsolete told the story. I keep mentioning this on every one I have, but it's just the funniest thing I've ever heard where this mom held her child as a human shield to save herself. I'm thinking,
No,
holy
oh
moly, man.
no.
Like that's crazy. So, one thing I did want to ask you, and I've asked all of them, and I'm the past haunt actors I've had on. I'm going to ask the future ones. I'm going to ask you, of course, as well. Your haunt name is Fireflie Hellza. Where did you come up with that name?
Okay. Firefly, the original name was um Jack Firefly.
Okay.
And I was incorporating the clown character into the movie The
Hmm.
Devil's Rejects.
Okay.
He was supposed to be like a part of them
Hmm.
that nobody ever seen, and he just escaped. But then,
Hmm.
you know, I never went live with that name. I just went live with Firefly Hellza, and Firefly is where that came from was his backstory is he was a carny and a carnival
Hmm.
or circus, and he got to be friends with this mystical kind of woman.
Okay.
I don't, kind of a witch, kind of
Okay.
fortune telling, reading the future, things like that. He became obsessed with her, and he wanted this book she had. So we snuck into her tent one night and accidentally turned a candle, set the tent on fire,
Hmm.
and so he escaped the carnival. And before he escaped the carnival, he grabbed one of the clown masks because
Hmm.
he was burnt so bad. So that's where Firefly came from. He liked to play with fire.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, obviously, Halloween is quickly approaching. It's Monday. I can't
Yes.
wait. I'm having my party on Sunday. So for those that are scared to go to haunted attractions, why do you, as a haunt actor, personally believe people should try one of them before Halloween come Monday?
I personally think, I mean, it's like if you love the adrenaline rush of being scared,
Hmm.
and I think there's a little bit of that in all of us.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. You know, you might say you don't want to go to a haunt,
Hmm.
but everybody knows that unexpected scare. You
Hmm.
know, and I think if people like to sit at home and watch horror movies,
Hmm.
and they get that adrenaline rush from
Hmm.
that experience, take it a one step further and do it in real life, and just go out there and get the hell scared out of you. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think it would be an experience a lot of people would love, but they don't think they would.
Right. And a lot of people don't realize that these haunted attractions, even when they charge, a lot of them give money to charity.
Yes,
So a
they
lot of
do,
people don't
and
realize that.
that's true. And you know, a lot of the haunt actors are um, the nicest people you'd ever want to meet,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
they don't seem that way in the haunt itself. But you meet them aside from the haunt, and
Hmm.
they're some of the nicest people.
Yeah,
Actually,
absolutely. Just
some of the most caring, and
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, absolutely. And just having like guys like you on, and obviously having Obsolete on Gut Muncher, and Giselle wants to. I actually reached out to Giselle and Obsolete together, individually, but at around the same time. And Giselle is like, I don't really do haunt acting anymore. I don't know if I want. I don't think I'm gonna do it. So I had Obsolete on, and eventually I was gonna ask her again if she wanted to reconsider after seeing the interviews I've done with Obsolete, Gut Muncher, and all that, and she actually reached out to me asking, "Hey, do you mind if we do an interview?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm booked for October, but let's aim for November."
hmm
Yeah, and I'm more than happy to have her on. I'm excited because I love learning about everybody's experiences about haunt acting, and you answering that question relates to me because I love the adrenaline rush from horror movies, but I'm
yeah,
afraid to do it in person. But it's something that
no,
maybe I should go out and do.
yeah. I mean, there's no other adrenaline rush quite like just going through that haunt and the unexpected jump out, the
Hmm.
unexpected just the first time I ever went to a haunt, I wasn't a clown.
Hmm.
And my ex-wife, this is funny. I was behind her because I had the thought in mind, if anything is going to come after me, it's going to get her first. So I grabbed hold of the back of her pants, and she had on like a pair of elastic uh, pants,
Mhm.
you know, the waistline with the
Yeah.
elastic. And I took off running because something came out of one of the doors, and had a chainsaw. It was smoking, it was loud, and it just freaked me out. And I mean, I took off running. I passed her, but I still had hold of the back of her pants. And she was like, these are stretch pants, but I don't think they stretch quite that far. No,
Oh
the
my
first haunted experience I ever had, it
wow.
did. It scared the life out of me. But
That's
I was
kind
like,
of
you know
similar
what?
to mine as well with the chainsaw, and it was like I
Yeah,
think he was in a Jason costume, and he had it this close to my neck, and I was like, "Oh my God, get him away from me!"
exactly.
It was
And I mean,
horrifying.
it scared the life out of me, but I couldn't wait to go back.
Yeah, ever since that moment, I was terrified to go back, and I remember we have a local amusement park like where I lived in Pennsylvania. It's called Knoebels Amusement Resort, and oh my God, that they have a haunted house in there, and I went in it, and like just the simplest, I'm screaming and hollering and carrying on, get me out of here. I'm just such a wuss when like I'm Slasher Scotty, the wuss of being scared in person.
It's like people are pumped up, ready for the haunts
Hmm.
when haunt season comes around. And then I've talked to several haunt actors that are like, "Oh my gosh, it's come! it's about to come to an end, and I'm so glad because doing it night after night, you get it's
Right.
it's exhausting, really.
It really is. It really is. It's a job. It's a job.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
an acting job, nonetheless. Like, look at actors. Actors, like when they put in, very emotional scenes where they're crying the entire day or yelling the entire day, they have to get into character and they're exhausted by the end of the day. The same thing with
yeah,
haunt actors. They have to be
yeah.
scary the entire time they're doing the haunt.
And it's hot, and
Yeah.
most of the time it's very hot, and most people don't understand how hot it is behind these masks. It gets very, very hot, and I mean,
Hmm.
especially when you're running, and but no matter hearing that person scream and running, Tara is just
Like, gotcha.
gotcha.
Well, the last question I do got for you is anything that you would like to promote to the listening and viewing audience? Is any of the haunt attractions that you've worked for or that you know of? Any Facebook groups or profiles, social medias, websites, anything at all?
Well, the only I don't I could only promote my favorite haunt.
Okay.
And it's not that far from me. I haven't been this year, unfortunately, but Creepy Hollow.
Okay.
I, I give a shout out to those guys because they've been really um, doing this for a lot of years,
Hmm.
and they're great at what they do. Willie Vodka, really, all of them. They're great guys. Um, and I'd like to give another shout out to my group, Creatures of Havoc.
Absolutely.
It is they're the best group I've been in so far.
Nice.
Everybody is like family,
Hmm.
and I can be truthful and say that
Yeah.
everybody's like family. Everybody gets along great.
Hmm.
Everybody checks on one another, every morning, every evening. How y'all doing? And they're just a great. I love Gazelle, um, Obsolete, Crispy, Gut Muncher,
Hmm.
Raven, all of them in there. I love each and every one of
That's awesome. That's awesome. And for anybody that wants to be a part of that group, just look up Creatures
them.
of Havoc, and it's right on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm currently uh, mentoring a clown. She wanted to break into the clown industry, and I've always said, if you want to be a clown, be a clown. I mean, it's not for everybody, but if you got that love for going online and making people laugh, smile, scream, whatever you do, then do it. You can do anything you want to do. Just
Absolutely.
put your mind to it.
Absolutely. The only
And
way you're
by the
going to
way,
fail.
her clown name is Sugar Plum,
Nice.
and we did our first live feed the other night. She did well. I'm proud of her.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, the only way you're going to fail, guaranteed fail, is if you don't try at all.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And a
You
lot of
might fail
people,
when you do try, but it doesn't mean give up. Definitely try again until you succeed, but you're guaranteed to fail if you do not try to begin with.
and everybody that I don't care who you are, you're always improving on yourself.
Yeah.
That strive to improve your character.
Mhm. Yep.
Um, you know, and when you
Yeah,
quit doing that, I mean, you know,
absolutely. And every new adventure is you're gonna not be good at first, and you're just gonna see yourself improve. Look at my early interviews on this channel, or on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever I'm located. Look at my earlier channels. You can hear the echo in the studio apartment I used to live in down by Philadelphia, and it was such a horrible echo and horrible audio equipment. it was the worst, and it wasn't even video interview. They were, audio only at the time. And now look at my interviews now, and you can tell the difference between questions asked and
Exactly.
audio
Exactly.
and all that stuff. Like, you improve. Lighting itself is amazing now. Backdrops, like things like I didn't think I was gonna really, when I first started, I didn't think I would become this big as I am, and I've gotten here. So if you think you can do something, don't say, oh, I only have 5 subscribers, or I only have 10 subscribers. Those 10 will turn into 20. Those 20 will turn into 50. Those 50 will turn into 100, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. And that's the way it is
Yep.
with clown characters. It's
Yeah.
um, no reason to have camera fright or none of that because you just be yourself and
Yeah.
uh, be at home with your audience and you'll be
Yeah.
fine. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said earlier, check out Creatures of Havoc on Facebook. Great group of people as well. I had Obsolete and Gut Muncher on, obviously. Now I had Fireflie on, I had Giselle booked, and then I know I have somebody else booked. I can't remember who it is off the top of my head. I can quick look. I think they're next week, maybe. But November 1st, Dizzy, I got on November 1st. So yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
so definitely keep a lookout for those interviews as well, and thank you so much, Firefly, for joining me. I'm so glad to have you on. I'm so glad we can make this happen.
It was a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. I thank you so much. You have a great rest of your night.
You have a great rest of your life.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.